Well, hello there. This is actually my very first live on YouTube, and I decided today was the perfect day because we have some updates and exciting information on the low carb cruise that I wanted to come on here and share with people. So, first off, we finalized our presentation list, and that is really, really exciting. And it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal lineup on the Low Carb Cruise 2024. So I've got my little cheat sheet here. A little bit of information for you guys on the Low Carb Cruise. If you're not familiar, what's going to be happening come next year. So, Low Carb Cruise has been going on for over 15 years, and it is essentially a low carb seminar on a cruise ship. So, it's super cool because you get the opportunity to attend seminars and listen to experts and actually get one on one time with experts while you're cruising and visiting absolutely incredible ports and having a vacation on top of it. So it's very different from any other sort of low carb event, keto event, seminar, so on and so forth, because it's a vacation on top of everything else. So next year, the low carb cruise is leaving from Port Canaveral and we will leave on May 24th, which is a Friday. You're going to want to fly into Orlando, Florida, get there at least a day or two beforehand, just so there's no issues with you getting on the ship. So be prepared to get there sooner than May 24th when the ship actually leaves the port. It is an 8-night cruise, which means we're on the ship for 9 days and we return to Port Canaveral on June 1st of 2024. We've got 4 different ports that we will be visiting, and that's going to be St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Bahamas, which is Royal's private island. On the days that we are not in any sort of ports, our at sea days are our seminar days. And so you're not really missing out on anything if you want the opportunity to be able to enjoy your ports and go on excursions and things like that. You don't have anything to worry about because the seminars will not be taking place when we are at port. So no need to concern about that. So the ship that we're going to be sailing on this year is smaller than the ship that we took in 2023. This is the Adventure of the Seas. It's not as big as the Allure that we were on this year. It's a little bit smaller. It's going to be a little bit more quaint, not quite as tall, not as many people obviously on board, but it'll still be a fantastic time. The speakers that we've got on here, sorry, I just clicked out of the wrong thing. The speakers that we have, it's like I said, it's a star-studded event. Like we have so many medical experts that are going to be on the cruise next year. It's going to blow your freaking mind. Most of these speakers have MD or PhD after their names. Like it's some of the best medical experts in the world. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing, amazing event. So let me start with letting you guys know who our speakers are going to be now, since we have our confirmed list. We have Lucia Aronica, PhD, Ben Bickman, PhD, who's one of my absolute favorites. That man is an absolute genius in my mind. Ask Nurse Cindy, who doesn't love her, who is a registered nurse. And she is such a hoot and just a pleasure to be around in person. We have Dominic and Sheila D'Agostino. Both of them are PhDs. We have Maria Emmerich, who is one of my husband's all-time favorite people. We have Coach Bronson Dant, who is my personal trainer and coach. And I also coach under him. We have Natalie Grasso, who is his significant other and an amazing female bodybuilder fitness expert. Dr. Tony Hampton, which if anybody has seen him, is familiar with his NEST method. The man is, again, a fantastic individual. Dr. Tro just confirmed yesterday. So if you're not familiar with Dr. Tro, you need to follow him on social media because the man is ridiculously smart and he has got such funny anecdotes that he uses for his presentations. And he's also very no nonsense, which I love personally. Along with that, we've got Dr. Lenskis. Dr. Tro and Dr. Brian Lenskis both do a podcast together. So the two of them together on the ship is going to be just straight comedy. Jessica Reynolds, who is an addiction specialist, always a good topic on not only the low carb cruise, but any sort of low carb event, because that is so profound in what is happening with people and their health and the standard American diet and just the dependency on food as opposed to taking on the things that come towards you in life and dealing with them in a healthy manner. So I'm really excited to be able to see her speak in person. Dr. Vega, Donald Vega, was on the ship this past year. I adore this man. He's a great speaker and his message is very profound. And he is also a PhD. Jonathan Shane, who is an endurance athlete and a physical fitness expert. And then, of course, we're going to have the fabulous Two Crazy Ketos, Joe and Rachel, on as the MCs, and they will also be presenting this year. So again, star-studded lineup. If you are familiar with the low carb, keto, carnivore, ketovore, whatever world, this is some of the best that are going to be on the cruise ship in 2024. So in that same line of thinking, our cruise is booking up. We are 7.5 months, I believe now, from sailing. And we have over 250 people already booked for the low carb cruise. Now, last year, I believe we had 340 that ended up going on the cruise. And they were booked up to probably, the last month or so before they decided that they were going to go. The thing with our cruise this year, or next year, I should say, is our group rates and our rooms that we were able to block, they are no longer going to be available come January of 2024. So if you plan on attending the low carb cruise, you're thinking about it, you're contemplating it, ask questions. We've got the Low Carb Cruise website, www.lowcarbcruise.com. You can email Debbie at info@lowcarbcruise.com. She can provide you with the rooms, the staterooms that are still available, the pricing of those rooms, so on and so forth. The thing about the low carb cruise is the rate that Debbie is able to obtain for us on this cruise is absolutely incredible. It's almost half what you would pay to book a cruise on Royal's website. So being a part of a group, specifically the low carb cruise, is going to give you the opportunity to book and to sail at a significant discount, even with the registration fee for the event. You are getting a hell of a deal. So you want to look into it more urgently at this point, because here we are in September, we've got less than 3 months left in the year. Like, where has 2023 gone? So if you've got questions, you want a little bit more information, more specifics, email Debbie. She can get you the information that you need, and then you can make the decision if you're going to book with the low carb cruise or not. This past year, 2023, was number one, my first low carb cruise, but it was also my first low carb event ever. And I can't imagine a better atmosphere to be in for an event like this, because when you're at these other conferences, you don't necessarily get the time to speak to experts, speak to the presenters, get a chance to know them, maybe pick their brains a little bit, do, a lot of them do the Q&As, or, they'll go up there and do their, their Q&As afterwards. But this is different because it's not one of those things where the day is over and they go home and you may not ever see them again. You are on a cruise ship with them for 9 days. The possibility that you are going to run into them again is very high. And these experts, these presenters, are not the type of, I'm too good for you, don't come up to me, leave me alone. Absolutely, they are not like that. In 2023, Dr. Barry did his presentation. He actually did a Q&A instead of an actual formal presentation. He was up there for 30, 40 minutes. He was finished with his presentation. He went outside of the conference room and told anybody who had a question that he didn't get to, just wanted to come up and say hi, anything, could go out there and talk to him when things wrapped up. He had a line that you would not believe. And he sat there and talked to every single person that was there waiting in line to talk to him. He didn't rush them off. He answered questions. He addressed concerns. He took photos. Like, this is the type of atmosphere you are going to be in with all of these other people on the ship. And you've got so much more time to be able to interact with them, as opposed to they're on for one day and we have to hurry up and get out of there. So that's what really makes the cruise stand apart from any other low carb event that lasts a day or two, because you've got 9 days on a cruise ship with these individuals. The other really cool thing was the amount of people who we met on the cruise, my husband and I, from all over the world. I mean, we had people from Canada. There was somebody, I can't even remember now where it was, but they were from Europe. They came in for the cruise in 2023 from Europe. We met people from all over the United States. We still communicate with the people that we ate dinner with. I'm Facebook friends with her now. We still message people that we met and did things with on the ship that, we made friends. Like, we made new friends. They may not be local to us, but we still keep in touch. And that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't gone on the cruise. So it's really nice to be among like-minded people who have similar goals, or they're struggling and they talk to you and hear your story, and you could be that motivation for them to continue on to make sure that they do meet whatever their goals are. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a rundown on the cruise of what's going to happen in 2024. I can't wait. Like, I've got my countdown on my phone and I look at it, and when we get to the 100s, I'll be really excited. But we've just got so much fun stuff that's going to happen. So many sponsors that are going to be contributing swag in your guys' bags that you'll be able to take home. And again, the presenter list, like, it's top notch in 2024. So if you have questions, if you want more information, you can absolutely reach out to me. You can comment on this video and I'll respond to you. Or, like I said, visit www.lowcarbcruise.com or email Debbie Hubbs at info@lowcarbcruise.com. She will get back with you. She'll send you the information that you need to be able to make a decision as to whether you are going to want to attend the 2024 low carb cruise. But like I said, guys, it's worth it. It is so much fun. I learned a lot from people I had honestly never even heard of. So get if you have the opportunity to do it, take it and join us in 2024 in the Caribbean. I'll see you later.